midsummer in post-war Mosul, Iraq's most ethnically diverse city in the far north. It's home to Arabs, a sizable Kurdish minority, as well as Assyrians, Turkoman, Shabak, to name a few. Most Iraqis here are happy Saddam is gone, yet the present seems tangled in bitterness and hardship. So they focus on today's cup of tea, a small respite from life's uncertainties. Though there are still signs of the war, Mosul is one of the most peaceful cities in Iraq. While the US civil administration struggles to find a shape for the future Iraqi national government and sees its troops facing increasing hostilities on the ground, Mosul has brought together its complex ethnic mix to form something close to a democracy. 2 months before the Americans selected an interim national government in Baghdad, in Mosul, US forces had already engineered the formation of a multi-ethnic, multi-party city council.
Each of these, obviously, council members all have a connection with a particular ethnic, religious, some kind of a group. There are actual imams in there, there are actual tribal sheikhs in there, who all represent their group.
Reflecting the city's ethnic mix, an Arab and former general, Hunain Al Qaddo, is mayor. His deputy, Khosrow Goran, is a Kurd. Voted in by the 24 council members and vetted by the US Army, Hunain Al Qaddo is naturally optimistic.
العملية الديمقراطية الحقيقة اللي تجري في مدينة الموصل أو في محافظة نينوى هي من العمليات الديمقراطية الحديثة التي لم نمارسها سابقا في العهد البائد.
But in Iraqi politics, nothing is simple. More than 3 months after the war, normal life seems a distant memory. The US Army rules the streets, while throughout the country, new parties and power bases are springing up. On the banks of the Tigris River, this was once a luxurious palace belonging to Saddam Hussein's notorious right-hand man, Ali Hassan al-Majid, better known as Chemical Ali, for his gassing campaign against Iraqi Kurds. Today, it's the home of Mosul's most influential entrepreneur, named Misham al-Jabouri. Though he's not a member of the city council, undeniably, Misham al-Jabouri is a power broker. Scores of people from his tribe of more than 1 million members come seeking advice or favours every day. Outside his private militia, well-trained, funded and armed. Misham al-Jabouri is founder of the Iraqi Homeland Party. Before the war, he lived in exile for 14 years after being implicated in an unsuccessful assassination attempt against Saddam Hussein. The the Iraqi strongman retaliated by killing almost 100 members of Mr. Al-Jabouri's family, including his brother and brother-in-law. In April, together with Kurdish Peshmerga fighters, Misham al-Jabouri entered Mosul with his militia from northern Iraq. After decades of ethnic cleansing by Saddam Hussein, the coalition feared age-old ethnic tensions between Arabs and Kurds could turn the battle for Mosul into a bloodbath. But to everyone's amazement, Mosul fell with little bloodshed.
So, you took Mosul.
Yes.
You declared Mosul free.
Yes. I take the Mosul free and I do everything and I have a control and I don't put anyone in the jail. I don't kill anyone. We killed just the 3 people who he sold it, man. Not because of political reason.
But not everyone agrees with Mr. Al-Jabouri's claim he was instrumental in toppling Saddam's forces, though the Americans concede he still wields considerable power.
I think he got caught up in the fall of Mosul. He got stoned by the mob. His car got destroyed in front of City Hall as he came out in the steps to proclaim himself as the new governor.
Yes.
It's the largest tribe in the area. He is very influential. He is very articulate. He's very educated. He's well-financed, well-backed, and, popular within his own group.
Colonel Joe Anderson of the 101st Airborne Division of the U.S. Army is in charge of the city and its 2.3 million people.
Organically, I have 3 infantry battalions working for me. I've got an extra one for this operation because I own the whole city, so I have 4 infantry battalions.
Unlike Baghdad, where on average an American soldier is killed every few days, Mosul, in comparison, is a picture of peace.
You guys eating kind of large. You're going to gain weight over here, you think?
Here's the fat soldier.
English, huh? You studying English?
Here, Colonel Anderson and his soldiers mingle freely with local Iraqis.
See how popular you are? Hello. How you doing?
He even knows where to find the best ice cream in town.
Thank you. That's for you, Mitchell, and you.
1,000. Okay.
And it's his shout.
Thank you.
Good America, good America. Good Mr. Good.
But this is the everyday reality for the Iraqi people.
Hey, move all these people out of the way.
It's late morning and the temperature already 45 degrees centigrade. These are pensioners queuing for single emergency payments of $40 US. There are thousands waiting in line.
So, how long have you been here?
For more than 3 hours, since the morning.
And what do people say here? Are people very frustrated about this way?
Of course, they are annoyed, they are tired, they speak too much with each other. They are angry indeed.
And if the payments aren't processed today, Mahmoud Suleiman must try again tomorrow. Inside, soldiers help besieged bank staff keep the peace. But the American dominance is partly why Iraqis feel intense frustration with the coalition occupation of their country. The US Army is also training up an entirely new Iraqi military. This is a camp in the country's far north, training Kurdish Peshmerga fighters and Iraqi recruits. But while the new army takes shape, more than 400,000 former soldiers have been disbanded. At first, the US administration refused to pay them, because of their past allegiance to Saddam. But in Mosul and around Iraq, that attitude produced protests that turned violent, causing death and injuries.
He took shrapnel on the neck. He did.
Mosul's entrepreneur power broker Misham Al-Jabouri says it was a mistake to ignore the former soldiers.
There is a lot of Iraqi people who is member of the Ba'ath party or who is member of the Iraqi intelligence service, he be against Saddam. There is big difference between who is member of the Ba'ath party and who is Saddamian people. This is my idea or my opinion. This big difference.
Obviously, as we cross the border, they were our enemy. The problem is, though, now as we look at the people of Iraq, they are a huge percentage of the population because Saddam Hussein had a huge army and a very rank-heavy army who are now unemployed.
Jalal Salam Kamal hasn't received a salary in more than 3 months. He was a member of Saddam Hussein's elite Republican Guard for 17 years. He has a wife and 5 children to feed and little prospect of finding new work. The US Army calls him the enemy because he's still loyal to Saddam Hussein.
أنا أحب صدام حسين بس ما أعطانا الحق العدل. ما نصف بالعدل. أعطى جماعة سيارات، أعطاهم بيوت، أعطاهم مال وجاه، وإحنا خلانا بهاي الخرابة شوفوها. أنا صدام حسين إلى حد الآن أنا أحب صدام حسين. وأفدي بروحي صدام حسين إلى حد الآن.
We found these former soldiers outside a government building, clearly unhappy about US policy. Though the administration reversed its decision, agreeing to pay about half the former army, 150,000 men won't receive a cent. It's hard to say whether these men would ever act upon their loyalty to Saddam Hussein or whether others will prey on it. But many, including city councillor Hunain Al Qaddo, believe demoting Ba'ath Party members or former soldiers isn't the way to reform Iraqi society.
There are still loyalists to Saddam Hussein. I mean, these people, their interests have been damaged or influenced by the change of the government, but also they have got other people who are not happy with the presence of the American on the Iraqi soil, and this is really a problem by itself. So we have got a fundamentalist. They think that the presence of the American is not acceptable to them. What about me? I don't have any pistol. Please, can you get?
I've given out every pistol I have right now. Well, I've given out 25 pistols. I have no more. When I get more, I'll give you one.
Hunain Al Qaddo has become increasingly disillusioned with Mosul's city council, which has the power to advise but not to make independent decisions.
Shall I wait there? Wait, you have to wait. Look, I'm out of pistols.
We are not allowed to contact different government departments directly to solve the problems. I mean, there are a lot of problems cannot wait really for solution. They have to be solved very quickly. People are frustrated.
Is the mayor a puppet of the American forces?
I wouldn't say that he's a puppet. I mean, he hasn't got much leverage, really. He hasn't got much choice to take decisions. I mean, if our money is coming from the American and controlled by the American, every decision has got implication of money, financial aspects. So this is a problem, really.
Daily life in Mosul grinds on through a typically long, wearying summer. Though this city isn't fraught with the danger that lurks on Baghdad's streets, here too, rebuilding won't be as easy as winning the war. Dictatorship to democracy can't happen in a week. and there's no perfect model on which to build success. And for war-weary Iraqis, the dream of a normal life seems as distant as ever.